Welcome to the video lecture on conversion of scales. In a previous lecture, we have discussed different types of scales and its importance and classification of maps on the basis of scale. In this lecture, we are discussing about the conversion of scales. What is the conversion of the scale means? The map for in a statement scale like 1 centimeter is equal to 4 kilometers, and we are converting from statement scale into representative factor, another scale, one form of the scale, that is statement scale into a representative factor or the representative factor into a graphical scale. The conversion of the scales we can see, and the construction of these scales also we can see in this. Okay, conversion of scale. Before converting a scale, we require some measurement systems. We require some of the measurement system, and the what are the measurement system available all over the world, we can classify into two types. The measurement system is basically of two types. Okay. The system of measurements all over the world, we are classified into basically of two types. One is metric system, another one is a English system. All are you familiar with the metric system and the English system? The unit just you see here, one, it is in the metric system. In a linear measurements, we are talking about the linear measurement of the system, in which we know that 1 kilometer, 1 centimeter, 1 mile, 1 mile, furlong, yards, all these are the systems are there. The kilometers, centimeters are the system of measurements you will find here in metric system. We can call it as a metric system of measurement. Metric system of measurement is there, but in our linear measurement purpose, we will take kilometers, hectometers, decameters, centimeter, decimeter and millimeter. These are the metric system of measurements, whereas English system of measurements you will find miles, furlongs, yards, inches, feet, inches, all these. Just see these measurements. Just 1 kilometer is equal to 10 hectometers, 1 kilometer is equal to 100 meters, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. These are the conversions of kilometers to centimeter, centimeter to hectometer, hectometer to, these are the conversions of metric measurements. Whereas, in the case of English system measurements, in English system of measurement, 1 mile is equal to 8 furlongs, 1 furlong is equal to 220 yards, 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, 1 feet is equal to 12 inches. These are the conversion. While you are converting, these are the two measurement system very useful in conversion of scale from different statements to the RF, RF to the diagonal. Okay. We will see the conversion of the statement scale. First, we will take the problem on conversion of statement scale into a representative factor. Okay. Problem is that the problem is convert the given statement of scale 1 centimeter represents 2 kilometers into RF. Means you have given a statement scale of 1 centimeter is equal to 2 kilometers, means 1 centimeter measurement on a ground on a map is equal to 2 centimeters on a ground, and we have to convert this statement scale into a representative factor. For that, you can write 1 centimeter is equal to 2 kilometer first, then 1 centimeter is equal to 2, then convert this 2 kilometers, into centimeters. We know that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 lakh kilometers. Then you are writing this on this, then 1 centimeter is equal to 2 lakh kilometers. Then both the units are centimeter, and it will get cancelled, and the RF value in a ratio it will comes 1 is to 2 lakhs. It means 1 unit of measurement on a map is equal to 2 lakh units on a map. This is the method of conversion of statement scale into a representative factor. We can also see the another example on how to convert representative factor into a statement scale. This is the problem. Convert the RF 1 is to 5 lakhs into a statement scale. In a statement scale, it is in centimeters and kilometers. It shows in the centimeters or kilometer. The statement scale is that 1 is to 5 lakhs. It means 1 unit of measurement. 1 unit of measurement on a map is equal to 5 lakh unit on the ground. Then we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 1 lakh centimeter. Then convert this 5 lakhs, you can write this in a manner 1 centimeter is equal to 5 lakhs by 1 lakh in kilometers. As we know that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 1 lakh into kilometer. Then you can write the statement like 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometers. It is the statement scale. You have converted the RF value 1 is to 5 lakhs into a statement scale of 1 is to 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometer. This is the conversion of RF into statement scale. Then we have to construct the, this is the conversion. This is about the, just now we have discussed the conversion of representative factors into statement scale. We have discussed conversion of representative factor into statement scale and the statement scale into representative factor. We can also convert. After this conversion, we have the construction of this graphical scale. We have discussed simple scale, comparative scale and the diagonal scale. Now, we can see how to construct this simple scale, comparative scale and the diagonal scale. Okay, right. The first step for the any construction of the scales, the first step is to calculate the scale first. How can you calculate scale? In your problem, they will provide you with the RF value. They will provide you with the RF value. With that RF value, you have to first construct a scale. If it is in the measurements are in the form of English measurements, we will take, usually we will take the length of 15 centimeter length. Whereas, in the case of a metric system, English system we can take it as a yards, furlongs as a measurement system. Okay. You can see this, we are constructing the method of construction of the plane scale. Okay. We will see the one of the problem right now. Just now we have discussed that how to construct anything. First we require to calculate the scale, next we have to draw the scale, then we have to represent the scale by what type of scale it is, what is the RF value, how it will look. Okay. First one is calculation of the scale, next one is the drawing of the scale, third one is the and the final writing the simplification form of the scale, what is the title of the scale and the RF value of the scale and the final scale. Okay. Okay, we are, let us construct a simple scale by doing this simple problem. Draw a simple scale on RF 1 is to 1 lakh to show the kilometers and hectometers. Here is that we have to show the scale, we have to show the scale, we have to draw a scale so that it can show the kilometers and hectometers. Whenever the term kilometer and the hectometers comes into the picture, it is a system of metric system. In a metric system, you have to prepare the scale. The value of RF is given 1 is to 1 lakh, 1 is to 1 lakh. What it means? 1 is to 1 lakh means 1 unit on a map is equal to 1 lakh units on the ground. then we can use some units for that. For example, 1 centimeter on a map is equal to 1 lakh centimeters on the ground. Then right now we are drawing for the 15 centimeter in a metric system. For the 15 centimeters, how much it will represent? On a 15 centimeter on a map, this RF will be represent 15 into 1 lakh on a ground. Then we have to convert this 15 lakh centimeters on a kilometers, we have to divide it with the 1 lakh. Why? Because 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 1 lakh kilometers. Then after doing calculation, then you will get that 15 centimeter is equal to 15 kilometers. You have this is the your scale is like that. 15 centimeters means 15 centimeters is representing on a map is representing 15 kilometers on a ground. Then it is the calculation part is over. Next we have to construct the scale. For that we know the scale. What is that? 15 centimeter. On a paper, take a scale bar and draw a line of 15 centimeter. It will represent 15 kilometers. That is the construction. You have to write down 15 centimeters. Then how to construct this means, then draw a 15 centimeter line and divide it into 5 equal parts. 15 centimeter you can divide into 5 equal parts. 3 centimeters are the gap. I got 3, 5, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 like that. While drawing this, first you have to take a 15 centimeter line. From a 15 centimeter line, first unit you have to divide it into 5 parts with a 3 centimeter distance and mark it as just like this. If you see here, you have drawn one line is there, the 15 centimeter is drawn. On a 15 centimeter, first unit is 0 and the next unit will be 3, 6, 9, 12. The first unit will be the 0 and the 3, 6, 9. This 3, 6, 9, 12 is representing kilometers, and the secondary unit, that is hectometers, we have to represent. The hectometers we have to represent. The secondary units divided into 3 parts, that is 10, 20, 30. 1 kilometer is equal to 10 hectometers. On the basis of you have to divide it into 10, 20, 30. After doing this, after drawing the scale straight line, after drawing the straight line of 15 centimeters, and your first unit you have divided into 5 units, that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. First unit you are keeping as a 0 and second unit as 3, 6, 9, 12. Then what you have to do is the width, you have to take 0.5 top side and 0.5 upside, for example like this. The top of, for example, this is the line, straight line 15 centimeter, 0.5 you have to extend, 0.5 here you have to extend to show it very clearly, 0.5 and the 0.5. Then 0.5, 0.5 you have to show is, and you can divide this 3, 6, 9, 12, and you can, after this you can also draw this, you also divide this hecto lines, that is the secondary division, and 10, 20, 30, the measurement will be like that. For example, you want to measure 6 kilometers and 20 hectometer, 3 from here 3, 6 kilometer and this is a 20 hectometers. You have to measure like this. This is the method of, first you have to calculate the scale, then you have to draw the scale, and to get the, after that shade the alternative headings. Then you have to shade this alternative box, then you will get this. It will be look like in the finally the map, the scale of the map will be look like. It is a given title, the title will be the simple scale, RF value, and how you have drawn, what your measurements you have shown, kilometers and the hectometers. This is the scale. Okay. This is the construction of simple scale in a metric system. We are drawing another scale using how to draw another scale using in metric system, and you have English system. Just see the problem. Draw a simple scale on RF is equal to 1:63,360 to show the miles and furlongs. Here you are showing the miles and furlongs, that is the system of measurement is in the English system of measurement. Same, you have to first calculate from the given value what is the RF value they have given. The RF value will be the 1:63,360. Then 1 inch on a map. First we have to calculate the scale. The method of calculation of the scale is 1 inch on a map is equal to 63,306 inches on the map. Then 1 inch on a map, then we in English system measurement you have to take the length of the line in inches only, whereas in the case of metric system we have taken the line length in the centimeters, whereas in the case of English system of measurement we have to take the length in inches. Then 6, for that you have to convert this RF into 6 inches, then 6 inches represents on a map is equal to 6 into 63,360 inches on the ground. Then we convert this 6 inches into miles, then 6 inches represents 6 into 63,360 inches by 63,360 miles. We are dividing by the 63,360, it will get 1 inch is equal to 1 by 63,360 miles. Then our scale will come 6 inch is equal to 6 miles. 6 inch is equal to 6 miles. Then take a scale bar on a white sheet and white paper, draw a length of 6 inches using your scale bar. Then after this divide it into your 6 parts. Divide it into your 6 inches into 6 parts. 1 inch is 1, 2, 3, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. So that you can make the miles as the primary unit, and we coming to the secondary unit division, that is furlongs. We have to show is for furlong conversion is 1 division showing 1 mile. In white division we have 8 furlongs, then 1 mile is equal to having the 8 furlongs, and divide this primary division 4 division parts 2a, just like if you see here, this is your map. Okay, it is measured in the miles, it is in the furlong, it is divided into 4 parts 2, 4, 6, 8. Here we are measuring 3 miles 4 furlongs using this scale. Finally, the scale, it is the title of the scale, simple scale. The RF will be the 1:63,360. Okay, this is the method of representation of any scale. First you have to draw the scale, first you have to calculate the scale, and second method is to, then after calculation you have to construct the scale depending upon the which type of measurement system we are using. Then you have to take a width of 0.5 above and below the line, the line you have drawn, so that it can be shown very clearly, and shade the alternative areas, alternative boxes, just like this box, alternative boxes, so that it can be shown in a clear manner. After finally, we have to show this in a manner that it will show the what type of scale it is, what is the RF value, and how it will look like, and how to read from this. For example, you have to read 4 miles and 8 furlongs, you have to, from it is the 4 miles, this is the 8 furlong you have to measure. Remember that always in a scale the unit of measurement from primary unit start from the 0, okay, 0 starts from here, and from 0 you will take the division, secondary division, that is what type of measurement system it will depends, and dividing this it in the left in this manner 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. This is the method of construction of scales. Then construction of comparative scale. Okay. We have constructed these two are the simple scale, we have constructed these two as a simple scale. Then we are constructing comparative scale. Okay. The problem will be look like this. How to construct in a comparative scale? First draw. In a comparative scale, you have given two unit of measurements. You are comparing the two units. What are the two units? You are comparing the metric system and the English system. You have to draw two scales and compare this metric system and the English system. In a simple scale, we have constructed only one. It may be of metric system or it may be of English system, but here in comparative scale we are constructing the scale both metric system scale and the English system scale. Okay. For that you have to calculate the two scales. For that you have to calculate metric system scale and the English system scale. Then you will start the comparison. Okay. First take one example. For the comparative scale, the RF value is given 1:1 lakh, same RF value. For this we are preparing a comparative scale. Already we have did both the statement scales, simple scale in the same RF value 1:1 lakh thousand. We have same did is that we have metric system and comparative system we have did same. See this RF, how we can represent this construct. This is the comparative scale. You can see here it is the miles and the furlong, it is the hectometer, is the kilometers. Two units of measurements are there, we are comparing these two units of measurement. Which scale we have to first do? In this question, here we have to do first here the top scale, that is the metric system scale, kilometers and the hectometer. For that you have to calculate the scale of the scale. The scale of this is 15 centimeters. First you have to calculate the scale of 15 centimeter. After 15 centimeter, divide it into 5 equal parts, 3 centimeter each, and then you can make the secondary division. In the same manner, if you see here, after doing this 0, you have to draw a straight line, your 0, the comparative scale which is going to be drawing, this 0 value should match, it should be joined in a manner. You have to draw a comparative scale in a manner that this 0 of this metric system and your English system 0 shall join or coincide, it has to join, then your measurement will be taken place. This is the method of constructing comparative scale. In a comparative scale, what you have to do is, first we will see this image, how to calculate 1:1000, calculation of two scale. First what we required, any construction we required scale, we are calculating 1:1 lakh statement scale, comparative scale. Okay. First what you have to do, you are drawing one, just like you have to, for inches you are drawing for the miles and furlongs, you have to draw, this is the case. First you have to draw a straight line of 6 inches, then you have to divide into 6 parts as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your measurement starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, it will shows miles. After that you have to divide this area, divide this is the primary scale, and then you have to divide this 0, 2, 4, 6 is the furlongs, you have to show in the furlongs. Then after this you have to take a width of 5 millimeter top and 5 millimeter down, and take and shade the alternatives so that it will look. Then after that, this is the comparative scale, then you are getting this scale, actually it will look like this, it is a comparative scale. The construction of this is a construction of metric system is English system scale, and this is the construction of metric system scale. Okay. First you have to draw this, then this, and first after drawing this scale, from a 0 you have to take, from a 0 you have to, these two are joined, then the place. Then final scale we are going to do is the construction of diagonal scale. What type of scale we are going to? Diagonal scale. It will look like this. Your diagonal scale will look like this. This is your diagonal scale. Okay, it will look like this. It is showing miles, furlongs and the yards. Miles, furlongs, yards. We can do the construction of this diagonal scale by doing as one of the problem. Okay, we have to draw a diagonal scale. We have to draw a diagonal scale of, okay, how to construct a diagonal scale. Okay, we are constructing the diagonal scale right now. In the construction of the diagonal scale, first we have to calculate the scale. As the calculation of the scale, we required RF value. The RF value they have given 63,360. Then it means 1 inch on the map equals to the 63,360 inches on the ground. 6 inch on the map equals to the 6 into 63,360 by 63,360 miles on the ground. Then you will get the scale of 6 inch is equal to 6 miles, and you have to draw a scale. You have to draw a scale it like this. 6 inch you are drawing was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it is showing in the miles. Next, after this you have to draw subdivision, that is the furlongs. Furlongs you have to divide, it is a secondary unit. You have to take the furlongs as a 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. You have to divide the secondary division furlongs in a English system scale. If you see here, after doing this, one of the most important method in the construction of the diagonal scale is you have to draw the yards also. We have to measure 3 units, that is the yards. We have to measure the 3 units, that is the yard. Then if you see here, you are measuring yards. These yards from here, from this furlong units, you have to take a straight line of 10 centimeters. You have to take a straight line of 10 centimeter and representing 0, and starting from the furlongs 44, 84 something and 380, 350 some 360. You have to take like, you have to take the distance like based on your given information. You have to construct the diagonal scale. If you see here, the diagonal scale, if we have constructed diagonal scale, for that you have to, after first we have constructed metric English system of the scale, and we have subdivided second the primary scale in the miles, then furlongs, and the tertiary is in tertiary scale in yards. For that what you have to do is, you have to make the unit of measurement up to this 1 unit. From here draw a straight line here, from here dot a straight line here, from here dot a straight line here, from here dot a straight line, and extend it up to it, and extend it up to it, and draw a 44 degrees 10 centimeter line and draw it, and you have measure 4 miles, 8 furlongs and 320 yards measured in the graphical scale. These are the construction of the graphical scale. Okay, till now in this lecture we have discussed conversion of scale. For the conversion of the scale, in this lecture we have discussed conversion of the scale. We have discussed about in the conversion we are using the 2 methods of linear measurements, that is English system and the metric system. In the English system and the metric system, English system is in miles and furlongs, and the metric system in meters and kilometers. We have converted the statement scale into RF scale, RF, and the RF into statement scale, and we have also practiced the drawing of the diagonal scale, that is the plane scale, comparative scale and diagonal scale. We have seen the construction of graphical scale, we have seen the construction of graphical scale, that is plane scale, comparative scale and the diagonal scale. Okay. We have seen, with this we are ending our lecture on conversion of scale. Thank you.